Hello everyone, Tina here. I'm back again to share another 5 easy step card making tutorial with you. Today we're using some new items that arrived over at Waffle Flower Crafts. They have a Quilted Hugs release that just went live yesterday, and I'll leave the entire release down below if you guys want to head on over to check it out. It's all about quilted hugs and it's just lovely. We're going to be creating a background with a Quilted Frames Die Set. This creates 2 frames, and then you have some quilted elements that you can fill your frames with, but there's like cross stitch detail on the frames, which are so pretty. We're also going to be using the notions die set for our focal point. There's so many sewing notions in here. You have some scissors, you have a thread spool, you have some pins, you have a pin cushion, you have a measuring tape. There's even little swirlies that look like thread. Pin cushions are in 2 different pieces, so you can layer them together. But I thought this was so fun, and we're going to be creating a card with this. And then I'm also going to be using the Subsentiments Quilted Die Cut set. These are very inexpensive, and all you do is punch them out and you have some instant sentiments. So we'll be using that for our greeting today. I do want to mention that today we're using colored cardstock, but if you wanted to switch out the colored cardstock for pattern paper, this is a great way to use your pattern papers. If you guys love pattern papers and have a hard time figuring out what to do with them, I think the Quilted Die Set is perfect, especially for those smaller patterns. So let's jump in and start with step number 1, which is creating our focal point, and we are going to do some die cutting. Okay, we're going to cut out a pair of scissors. There's 2 pieces, and I'm going to use some silver mirror cardstock. It's got that shininess to it. The one that I use is from Spellbinders. And then I'm also going to die cut out some push pins. I'm actually going to die cut out a couple sets of push pins, because in the push pins there's some round ones, and I always like to replace the round ones with gems. So I want a couple more of those. So we'll cut those out. And then I have some dark plum colored cardstock. We're going to die cut out a handle with the plum. That will actually create 2 handles for the scissors. And then for the pin cushion, I'm going to cut out, the pin cushion is 2 pieces. And I want the top to be a gray, but I want the bottom to be a craft color. So I'll cut this out. And then the craft cardstock also, I'm going to create a wooden spool. And then the thread part of my spool, I'm going to cut out with white cardstock. So we'll cut this out once with this and then once with white. Now for my card today, I do want to add a little bit of flourish or embellish florals to my card. And to do that, I'm bringing in another die set. I actually used this last month, and I think it's like the perfect size. This is the Postage Collage Mini Seals die set. And I love the florals in here. It's just 1 piece, but it cuts out 4 florals, 2 leaf flourishes, and then 2 that have flowers to it. I'll cut that out once with my yellow cardstock and then once with my green cardstock. So I will run these through my die cut machine, and I will be right back. So now we have our focal point die cut out. I am going to add some glue behind my scissors here, and then we're going to add our colored layer. We're going to do this first because when you glue on the mirror cardstock, it takes a little bit of time to adhere. So let's go ahead and add these layers. These scissors are so pretty. And then in the meantime, I do want to do a little bit of ink blending on my wooden spool. I have my Shader 1 Plus brushes here. We're going to bring in the brown brush, and then I'm going to bring in some brown ink, and I'm going to add a little color to my wooden spool here. And then also on the bottom of my pin cushion, I'm going to add a little color also. For my pin cushion, we're going to add a little bit of gray ink. Let's go ahead and highlight the upper portion of our pin cushion. This just gives it a little bit of dimension. And then I'm also going to do a little bit of highlighting on my thread portion of my wooden spool. I'm going to bring in my green ink next, and we're going to add a little bit of color to our leaves. And lastly, we're going to bring in our yellow ink, and I'm going to do a little highlighting. I cut out these with yellow because I want to clip them, and I'm going to add just the flower portion to the green leaves. So all we have to do is take our scissors, and then we'll nip off the top here. And then we'll nip off this flower. And we're just going to glue them on the green stem. To create our pin cushion, all we do is add a little bit of glue at the very bottom. And then we can add that detail layer here. And that's my pin cushion. The nice thing is, I want to share that the pin cushion has these little slits in it to where you can tuck your push pins in. How neat is that? And speaking of push pins, I have mine right here. And what I meant with the gems is I took some purple gems that I had and I layered them on the circle push pins here. I'll show you. Don't they look so pretty? And they look they look real. So I'm going to use these, and then I'm also going to do another set. And then there's also some little heart shapes in here. I'm going to take one of the heart shapes and add a little glue. And then the butterfly shape too. We're going to add a butterfly and a heart shape. I die cut those out with purple cardstock, the same one that we used for the handles of our scissors. I just love the way this looks. Okay, I am going to flip this over. We're going to put a foam square behind here, maybe a couple of them. This is going to help secure those pins. And then I'm also going to do something special with my thread. I have some thin black and white baker's twine. What I'm going to do is add some adhesive behind my thread spool. And then what we're going to do is start at the bottom, and I'm going to wrap it around. I'm actually going to add a little bit of glue to this on the front. Okay, and then I'm going to wrap my baker's twine around my spool. It's thin enough to go around. Then I'm going to add a little more glue at the very top, and then I can secure. So now our spool has some black and white baker's twine to it, and I left this a little bit long. We're going to add some adhesive to our wooden spool portion, and then we're just going to tack this down. And that's all there is to that. Let's create our scissors. Very easy. All you do is add some glue here, and then we can crisscross them. That's all there is to our scissors. They look so real, huh? I'm going to clean off my work surface. Those are my focal point. I'm going to put those to the side because we're going to put our focal point on step number 2, which is our home panel. For my home panel, we're using again the Quilted Frames Die Set, which is so pretty. Okay, I'm going to take the largest. I'm going to cut this out with my white cardstock. This is not an A2 panel, it's just slightly smaller. We'll cut this out here, and then with the smaller one, we're going to cut it out with white cardstock also. Okay, and then I have the 3 shades of purple. I have light, medium, and dark. And for today's card, we're going to be using this quilted piece. And I'm going to cut out several, I'm going to create one panel and then I'm going to do 6 more off of camera using the same 3 colors. Okay, so I'm going to cut one of these out and then I will do that and I will be right back. Let me show you how fabulous these frames are. You see that stitch detail? That cross stitch? It's such a pretty background. The larger frame we're going to save. This is going to go for our background. But for my home panel, we're going to be using the smaller frame. And I did keep the piece that goes on the inside. That's going to make a great landing area for my, my quilted panels. Okay, I'm going to bring in some white cardstock. Okay, and then I'm going to take my tape runner. I'm going to add some adhesive. Now you could do this directly on here, but I'm going to create little quilted squares. I'm going to start with my light purple. I'm going to add it to the very bottom here. Okay, and then I'm going to add my medium purple. We'll go ahead and add this. And then I'm going to put my medium purple on the other side. I'm going to take my dark purple, actually, I'm going to take my purple middle piece, add that just to keep the shape, and then I'll take my lightest, and then I'm going to add this at the very top. Okay, now we have a nice quilted square. Looks like a bow, but I'm going to replace this centerpiece. I'm going to add a little bit of glue and then replace it with a darker purple square. Now I did put one of the squares from here, or you could use this one, in there because I wanted this middle section to be raised a little bit so it's 2 layers high. And then all I'm going to do is trim this out. I do want to add some little stitch detail on the darker on the medium purple. To do that, I'm going to bring in a memento marker, and all I'm going to do is go on the inside of the mid-tone purple, add a few stitch details on left and right of it, and we'll do the opposite side. And that's all there is to that. Now I'm going to continue and I'm going to make 5 more. Okay, I have all of my squares done, have all my little tiles done. I am going to bring in my blending brush and we're going to add some purple details to our little tiles. This is another reason why I did it separate. I'm going to take a dark purple. I'm going to add a little ink, and then I'm just going to go along the edge. So they each have a little bit of ink blending on the edges. Now this is the inside of our frame. What we're going to do is just use some glue, and we're going to layer 6 on this inside piece. Now what I'm going to do is alternate the pattern. So you see how my bow is going sideways? This bow is going to go this way. And then I'll do the same thing. We're going to alternate. So the one above here is going to be going horizontal. And then this will be going vertical. I think it just makes the pattern a little bit more nicer. Okay, I'm bringing in another piece of cardstock. What I'm going to do is take this pattern and I'm going to add some adhesive behind here, and then my frame, I did put foam tape behind here so we have a little bit of dimension. I'm going to layer my frame on a slightly smaller piece of white cardstock. This is just going to make it easy to fit right in the center. I have a little overhanging on top, so I'm just going to trim that away with my scissors. So pretty. And then I'm going to take this, and then we are just going to layer it right on the inside of our beautiful frame here. We'll just tack that down. And we have a beautiful quilted home panel. I'm going to bring in my focal point here, and we're going to add our scissors. I'm going to add it to the corner. I'm just going to use a little bit of glue, and that is my home panel with my focal point. We're going to put this to the side, and now we're going to work on step number 3, which is our greeting. Let's go ahead and take our Subsentiments. These are so easy to work with. You don't even need a paper trimmer because they're already pierced for you. I'm gonna put Quilted with Love for this card today. We'll add those to our home panel. And we're going to put this to the side. Now we're going to work on step number 4, which is our background. Background, we're going to go really simple. I'm going to bring in an A2 panel of the lightest purple cardstock that I had. We're going to add some glue behind here. And I will tack this down on my card base, which is an A2 top folding card. And this is where our second frame will come in. I did pop this out with foam tape also. I'm just going to remove the release paper, and we're going to add this in the center of our card. This is just slightly smaller. It's a beautiful sized frame, and it's just slightly smaller than A2. So I'll have a border around the edge. Now I'm going to take my home panel. I'm actually going to just use my tape runner and add some adhesive right down the middle. Since we have a lot going on our home panel, I'm just going to layer this right in the center and just press it. Lastly, we're going to move along to step number 5, which means it's time to embellish. We already have some gems on those push pins, but I am going to bring in a glaze, and I'm going to go over the heart, and I'm also going to go over the butterfly with the glaze and give this a little bit of dimension. We're going to do a little rearranging here. Okay, I'm going to take my pin cushion and put it over here in the corner over the scissors. Okay, let's kind of do a little rearranging here. I'm going to trim this off here. Tuck that twine in there, and I like it a lot better in this corner. I wanted to see a little bit more of the quilt. Okay, and then I have my leftover flowers. Let's, in that corner, it'll help hold that twine down too. And I'm happier with that. Now I'm going to embellish with one more thing before I call this card done. I am going to take some of my diamond stickles, and I'm going to add a little shimmer to the flowers. I just want to go subtle because we have all those push pins that look awesome. And I'm happier with these all shifted in this little corner. But that will finish that. So that's my card for today. I hope you enjoyed my project. I do want to mention that I did play with some pattern papers. Look how cool this would be. If you do use your pattern papers, I suggest some really small prints. The ones that I used from here were really small prints. But I think they look fabulous in here. And this is a very old paper pad. I don't think it's available anymore. But I know a lot of us have paper pads that are no longer available. So break them out, because this is a great die set to use those paper pads with. But look how fun that is. So go through your paper pads. I do suggest some really small prints for the quilted look. I think it will look amazing. Thanks for joining me. Have a wonderful day. And I have more projects for you later on this week. Have a great day. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Thanks so much for sticking with me to the end. I have 2 more videos that you guys might be interested here. If you guys are new and like the content that you see, click that subscribe button and also the notification bell. That way for future videos, be notified. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It sure does help the channel. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.